after looking over our ever-expanding arsenal of half-baked weapons crafted out of necessity to create false sense of balance or exclusive gameplay, there were some things that started standing out. And just like a cockroach in a fancy diner, this particular one starts scurrying around as soon as you shine some light on it. The weapon that I'm referring to is the worst piece of shit in the game that makes me wonder, what was the original intent behind torpedoes? Idea behind this one-pump chump, at least on the surface, is simple. Loads of damage in one hit, with some balancing factors. In typical games, when you have something that does the job in one fell swoop, usually takes for fucking ever to charge, and after it's discharged, just like in any 2-star brothel, the cleanup takes forever. So it's usable again. Yes, torpedoes have all that, but what has always baffled me was the fact that you didn't have a reload on the weapon, so every time you used it, you had to return to the station to reload, or restock in this case. Well then, it must be one massive bukkake. No, not really. As it happens, one torpedo delivers as much damage as 2.5 normal dumbfire missiles. Yep. Sure, torpedoes have super penetrative powers like well-placed pole and pole vaulting competition, and using point defense against it is like scrapping a saucepan to protect yourself in a prison shower, but it's slow and takes forever to lock on, while missiles will have ravaged all the weapons and external modules by the time you manage to fire off one torp. In pre-engineered days, this simply did not make any sense to me. The weapon was unusable in any PvP fight, and all the NPCs had shields anyways. So if you managed to get their space condoms off, you already had good enough weapons to do the job, rather than sacrificing one or more of your hard points for it. Only after the introduction of engineers, torpedoes saw more an occasional use. Use in so-called cheesy dick builds. Reverberating cascade effect allowed for a quick and easy way to destroy target shield generator and utterly shit on all the shield tankers. For any gameplay aspect, PvP or PvE, this weapon should simply not have existed. Oh, and here are some funny facts about other weapons too. One torpedo shot has the same damage as the biggest plasma accelerator, minus of course the penetrative power. Oh, and mines either have slightly less or slightly more damage than missiles. Even though mines do not get propelled, so realistically they should carry more damage, since they also are basically a defensive weapon by nature. But hey, I guess I don't know anything about game balancing, right? Then, as I looked into railguns, the facepalming was so intense. If I hadn't stopped myself, I'd look like Rocky at the end of the first movie. This whole thing turned into a horrendous discovery of incompetence, and that was before I looked into engineering. And all that didn't take me 20 minutes to compare and contrast. But regardless of all that, developers keep pushing out new weapons and seemingly spamming the game with Targoid crusty and moldy pussy juice and Guardian fossilized schlong reconstructions, while happily ignoring the bottom line, the basic tools and items. But hey, I hear building castles on sand is all the rage this decade. Let's continue with this trend and see where we end up. May I also suggest a self-shooting bleach squirt gun? I promise it will be a grand success.